I did call, if true, this situation with Dr. Wendy and Eddie. I did refer to it as a Nigerian scam. If true, this sets the African community back.
I don't think the actions of one person divides an entire country. I think that's insane.
It sets back the community because Dr. Wendy is in the public in a large way on a massive TV show. And I think that sets the community back. Dr. Wendy, if true, brings us back to the stereotype. And that is what sets...
I didn't know you were Nigerian.
I'm not Nigerian. What the hell does that mean?
What? Wake it up.
Hey everyone, it's your bro, Mitch Kimbro, and you're watching Bro Chat, where me and my bros debate the latest Housewives headlines. Now, bros, Dr. Wendy Osefo and her husband, Eddie Osefo, were arrested on multiple fraud charges. The couple is accused of fabricating a burglary back in April 2024 to file fraudulent insurance claims for over $450,000.
Osefos were booked into the Carroll County Detention Center and later released on $50,000 bonds, or $50,000 bond.
Damien, is the public justified in immediately assuming Dr. Wendy and Eddie are guilty or deserve the benefit of the doubt?
I mean, they deserve the benefit of the doubt, just like any American citizen that would be arrested, that would catch a charge. You know, nobody wants to be charged with something and automatically just be, boom, assumed guilty in the court of public opinion. However, I think what is going against Eddie and Wendy in this particular situation, why everybody is like kind of judging so quickly, is because of the evidence. The evidence is really stacked against them. I mean, I've heard so many attorneys speak on this since this has happened, and most of them say that they're gonna get jail time. I mean, it's not a matter of when or if, it's gonna happen. We need to look at them like they're not guilty right now. But when you look at that evidence and you look at those court documents, baby, Wendy, all I can tell you is it's not looking good.
Eric, do you agree with Damien, innocent until proven guilty?
I do. I also really just don't care. I think there are bigger issues happening in the world than insurance fraud. I mean, didn't the president just excuse the Christies for doing the exact same thing and got him out of jail? I just read this morning he did the same thing to George Santos. So if we're going to get white people that grace, I think that we can extend it to a beautiful, educated black woman. So that's my thought process on it. Also, I really just don't care. They didn't hurt anybody, they didn't kill anybody, they didn't try to hurt anybody. They stole a little bit of money. And like most corporate people, they do that. And they just don't get caught. I just think that they were probably not smart enough to not get caught, and it's unfortunate. It's a very unfortunate situation. But I'm not going to judge them harsh for it because I don't think there's one CEO billionaire that hasn't done something very similar.
Izzy, do you agree with Eric?
I don't. I was rooting for Dr. Wendy. She joined the show as an immigrant. She has a degree. She's smart. She was a political commentator, and I was really rooting for her when she first joined the show. So it is a bummer that she got caught stealing, but I'm happy she did get caught stealing, or she tried to steal. Yeah, I just think that she shouldn't be given any grace. And, unlike the judicial system, everyone's innocent until proven guilty. Unfortunately, the public opinion is she's guilty until proven innocent. And, people don't get arrested without evidence. And so, like Damien said, there's a lot of evidence.
And I want to hear what you think about this whole thing. But, Eric, do you think it's fair to say that when Dr. Wendy got caught stealing, do you think it's fair to say that?
It's kind of crazy to say that she doesn't deserve grace. I think that's a little insane. They didn't kill anybody. They didn't hurt anybody. They didn't scam anybody. They scammed a multi-billion-dollar insurance company. And those people do that to poor people every single day. So...
For the first question, I wanted to reiterate about it's not fair, but it's understanding how the audience is reacting, okay? Because we have gotten so used, sadly, to to housewives and their crimes, okay? But I do think whenever the Carroll County Sheriff Department did a live, okay, the one thing that really stood out for me is that there were exterior surveillance cameras and none of the cameras picked up any motion or indicated a breach inside the house. Cameras as well didn't pick up any suspicious activity outside the residence or outside of the residence, okay? So I just think when you're putting all this stuff together, it makes you lean over to the left a little bit in the way of, listen, I do believe you're innocent until you're proven guilty, but like Damien said, with the facts and the cards stacked against them, I think in this case, it's going to be a very interesting situation, and I can't wait to see what brings of November 7th, because that is when the court date is.
Yeah, and if you look at it, the big deal for me wasn't the fact that she wore some of these items that she claimed on the insurance claim. She wore some of
Yes.
these items in photos, and they found that. Okay, as an
Because you
attorney,
can reuse photos. You can reuse photos all the time on Instagram,
well,
Snapchat, whatever.
well, as I will look at it, and I'm not an attorney, of course, but look at it like I'm thinking as an attorney, okay, we might be able to argue that in some sort of way. You got another ring, whatever. But the
Yeah.
most damning thing is the emails that Eddie sent. You are an attorney. Wendy is a professor. You guys have 4 degrees, all these, 5 degrees put together. What the hell? I mean, like, I don't have a
Yeah.
degree at all, but I know if I'm gonna commit a crime, I'm not using my phone, I'm not gonna drive my car, I'm damn sure ain't gonna send no emails to my accomplice so we can have a conspiracy charge. What were they thinking? That's the part I'm trying to explain. And the only thing I can think of is that they were that naive to think we're not gonna get caught. We're not gonna get
But
caught.
here's the thing, also, Damien, is that investigators came to the night that the report was made by the Osefos. They came the night it was reported, okay? And they were trying to get fingerprints, DNA, and any evidence, and how they detailed that the residence, that there are interior and exterior surveillance cameras. That right there is a key to what happened. And there was no motion detection whatsoever. So, and they even went to the neighbors. They even went to the neighbors and tried to get camera footage, and there was nothing. Nothing, zilch, nothing. So I think that this is going to be a very interesting case. And what I also feel sad about is that the kids get screwed in the end.
Yeah,
Okay?
just like the
Because
Giants
they
did.
have 3 kids, all right? So I just feel bad for the situation. I love Dr. Wendy. I'm astonished by this. My mouth literally dropped because at first, whenever I saw the article, I thought it was AI, if I'm being completely honest. But then whenever I saw that it was TMZ, and then I sent it to the group chat, and we all were like commenting that day, it was just kind of like, oh my gosh, like this is really happening.
Yeah. Listen, I love to see Bro Chat Southern cousins on the same page, Damien and Lawton. I love to see it. But
The Southern Bells reunite, okay?
yes. But
I'm probably the
Lawton,
most south.
what was it again?
I'm in Florida. I'm the most south.
Oh, well, okay, Southern
Well,
Triplet.
but you know what? People don't ever consider Florida the South for some reason. They're like, it's its own.
Yeah.
Crazy that
Well,
it's fully in the south.
North Florida, Northern Florida is really Southern ideology, but insurance fraud is very common. So
Yeah.
common that I had an ex-boyfriend whose stepmom was an electrician. She burned her house down, made it
Oh
look
my.
like an electrical fire, got the check, got a 6-figure check, bought her a new home, and to this day they never found out. So I mean, it's
Well, you
very.
done told on her,
I'm
sir.
not gonna say. Of course, I won't
You
say
got
that.
charged.
Of
You
course, I
got
won't out
charged
you.
right
You
here
know who
on
you
this
are.
television show.
But it's super super common.
Yeah.
But
What I
I
want
do
to
have a
see,
question.
one thing I want to see is I want to see Dr. Wendy speak to this. I want to see
Agreed.
what
Yes.
is Dr.
Agreed.
Wendy's explanation for all this evidence that we've seen.
Hmm.
What's her reason behind the jewelry? What's her reason behind the burglary? Can she provide proof that there is some truth to it? What's her answer to there's no forced entry? She needs to really speak with truth when she is confronted in her first interview, because the evidence released by investigators that includes photos of Dr. Wendy wearing the stolen jewelry, the evidence is real.
But
There's
there's a bunch of
But
housewives who've spoken on that, and they talk about, and it is true that when you have very expensive jewelry, you also buy copycats, and you don't go to certain events with certain jewelry on. So I don't know how admissible in court that's going to be, because it's very hard to determine the authenticity of a piece of jewelry from photos. My mother's been a jeweler pretty much my whole life, so I can speak on that very firmly. That you can't just, oh yeah, that's this. It's going to be a lot difficult to prove that that's that specific ring or that specific bracelet and so forth.
and listen, I know me and Mitch talked about it, but I'm just bringing it to the group that I think this has to do something with race.
with
I
what?
think it has to do something with race, with the
Oh
color
yeah,
of their skin.
hundred
Okay,
percent,
because I think that they are
100%.
trying to find anything to come against a professional black reality
Immigrated
show
family,
professor, okay?
and they're
And they're
immigrants.
trying to look for anything like that. So I think that definitely race is involved in this
Yep.
situation. And I think that we shouldn't turn a blind eye. And as a Bravo family, we should unite and be like, listen, wrong is wrong. But if you are trying to add more time and trying to completely take the floor mat underneath them, then that's not right. We
I
should be
also
very, very calm. We should be very thoughtful. We should also be, in a way, very not not resilient, but we should also be very aware of the situation because in this society it comes down to race. There's so much judgment still, and if when Donald Trump says make America great again, when was America ever great? To be honest, okay? So I think
or
that we
who was
should
America great
all
for?
be smart about this.
I've seen so much more hate on Dr. Wendy and
Yeah.
Eddie than when Todd Chrisley got it, and the Chrisleys were
Yes.
disgusting and gross, and they just got out of jail for free for
30
no
million.
reason.
Come on,
George
man.
Yeah.
Santos, the same thing. All even Dorit, and a lot of people don't believe Dorit was really robbed. That is a very obvious conclusion. A lot of people do not believe that what she went through was true. I have no clue, but she was seen with the ring that was stolen 2 days later. That was a whole, they even talked about it on the reunion how she had all her. Didn't Garcelle say, "How do you have all the jewelry on if they stole it?" But if you look at the way she got treated, and you look at the way that Wendy's getting treated, and you look at the way the Chrisleys are getting treated, you can look at all these celebrities, and the one
Abby
thing
Lee
that you
Miller.
see is that if you're an immigrant or if you're a person of color, you're going to be treated harsher. Because if you look at what happened to Teresa, why was Joe Giudice deported? He's been here since he was 3 years old. He only committed insurance. Well, I think it was like insurance fraud or something like that. He didn't
Taxes.
hurt anybody, but yet he's deported for the rest of his life and can't be around his family.
And then
That makes no
But
sense.
with
Diana Del.
Wait, hold
Teresa
on,
and
hold,
Joe,
hold on,
they were
hold on, Lawton. Izzy,
okay.
do you think race is involved in Dr. Wendy and Eddie's fraud allegations?
No, I don't think race is involved. I don't know or where it's coming from or we think people or when the Ocephals were set up. What was interesting is that throughout the reports that were coming in, uh, detectives through their investigation discovered about $20,000 in return, and that was interesting, which shows intent. And so,
That's going to be another thing that's going to be really hard to argue. Why?
Yeah.
yeah,
Why did you say these items were stolen? But we went to Louis Vuitton and they said you
right,
returned it in 2018. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like I pray to God that they get out of this and y'all tag maybe Donald Trump can help her out, and if she gets indicted, they can get what did you call it? Pardoned.
Pardoned.
Pardon.
I mean I know that the chances are very slim because she I know Wendy's a known Democrat, but hey, the hope's out there. I just hope this all works out well for them in the end. And like you said, Mitch, I want to wait and hear from her before I
I
really
do, I
give
really do.
I
my
can't wait to hear
opinion.
something from her. She needs to speak out very quickly
Yeah.
because
With
we need to know
truth.
what's going
Yeah.
on. I think that they're waiting for November 7th before they say anything. And
Yes.
so they actually,
They
because right
said
now
that they
everything
look
is
forward to their day
speculation.
in
They won't
court.
know what they're actually charged on until the 7th. what it's going to be like fully what the DA is going for them fully. So it is what it is.
It is unfortunate because if Dr. Wendy and Eddie's Nigerian scam is true, if it is true, this is a deliberate act of deceit. If true,
Yeah.
Bravo has already delayed Dr. Wendy's episode of Wife Swap, The Real Housewives edition, after the news broke. Damien, do you think removing that episode was the right move?
As a fan and a viewer, no, because when I saw the sneak peek, it made me so excited. I
Yeah.
learned from Carlos King that with this being a 4 episode series, or with any series, you put your best, he's pretty much said that you put your best episode
Episode 4.
first.
Yeah.
And that Wendy was going to be the best episode out of this 4 episode series.
I think that they're doing it mostly because they're going to be filming more in the house. The whole thing is going to be filmed in their house, and she's going to be filmed in someone else's house. And I think a lot of that evidence can be used against them.
Well, yeah, Bravo wants to minimize the reputational risks associated with airing Dr. Wendy's episode because they're balancing. They have a lot to balance because these are serious criminal charges.
I know for me, I'm so interested on what happened on Wendy's carpet. Like, I'm so interested in seeing, remember the stain? That big red stain on the white carpet? I'm so interested to see what happened. Okay, I am intrigued. All right, my eyes are going to be glued to that episode. Okay. But I do want to say something. I think Bravo is realizing that we have put so much time in investing in these people that we want to see it play out. Yes. Play out in front of our eyes, okay? Which means it's going to drive up the ratings. Which means when there is a trailer for a show, the audience is already buzzing about it and can't wait for it to start. So I think Bravo in itself is also, providing an outlet to jump up the ratings before a show starts.
But I also have a question. I find it interesting that we are 2 episodes in this happened. Like, we're not even on the 3rd episode. They already started with something that just happened after filming because they literally opened with Karen getting out of jail. Then they just picked up cameras on Monday. I wonder how much of this season we're actually going to get.
Yeah. And
And how much is just going to be shifted to what's actually happening in real life.
Wait, hold on. Izzy, do you think it's the right move?
Because Housewives is not filmed in the house as much. Like, we get scenes in the house here and there, but they're mostly like, especially nowadays, it's about the events and about the trips and like when they're in those forced situations where a wife swap. I don't know if anybody's watched Wife Swaps. I freaking love Wife Swap, but you are in the house the whole time. Like, it's filmed in the house.
But so what you just to push back on what you just said a little bit, do you really think Bravo and NBC is like they care enough to protect Wendy like that?
Well, it's protecting themselves too, because the lawyers can always spin it that Bravo knew, that when you think about Bravo has been in so many lawsuits lately. Even think about what happened with Brandy and Caroline. They didn't have to really say anything, but they didn't say anything to protect Brandy. But they could have because they have the footage, but they don't. And so they rather protect themselves and say nothing and give as little as possible than.
So it's more about protecting themselves than Wendy.
Oh, yeah. It's not necessarily her. I think it's so that there's no speculation that they were trying to, like, cover things up. I 1,000% think it's a self-made move. It's a corporation.
Yeah. Well, I'll interject with this. The network has learned from past scandals, I think. When Jen Shaw was arrested, they filmed it.
Yeah.
With Teresa, they captured her entire legal saga. They got it all.
Yeah.
And these situations are driving ratings. However, delaying Dr. Wendy's episode, it signals that they are taking this seriously and they want to distance themselves from the charges. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Bravo's response was appropriate by postponing the episode because it respects the gravity of the charges.
But God, it allows the Gorgo now. Jesus.
Because
I'm bored already.
It
I'm already bored.
Like, let's say that Dr.
on display.
Ooh, you went out.
No, I didn't. Everybody was talking. But I was saying that I think that Bravo's response was appropriate. And the reason why is because they postponed the episode, which respects the gravity of the charges. Because let's say Dr. Wendy is exonerated from the charges. If they were to fully distance themselves and now as far as like delete her and all these types of and they would be acting as a judge and jury, and Bravo would potentially face a lawsuit if the charges were dropped. They're
Agreed.
letting the legal process play out by, postponing it. And I think it's the right move for Bravo, which is,
Mama,
the
if
correct
OJ can get off,
approach.
anybody can.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we saw Karen's stuff play out because it was on Real Housewives of Potomac. Erica's stuff played out because it was Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. These shows are on the Housewives. This is wife swap. Again, it goes back to my opinion. I think it's because they look at it like this is a quote unquote family show. Do we know if this is gonna? Because the original wife swap aired on ABC. No.
Yes.
Do we know
Yeah.
if this is gonna air on ABC as
No,
well?
I think this was supposed to be Peacock.
Okay, so it's strictly
Peacock
Peacock
or
and
Bravo. I think it was I think Bravo owns the rights to it now. Because they just tried to do a revamp like a few years ago and it flopped. But
Yeah. And I just want to clarify something. I did call, if true, this situation with Dr. Wendy and Eddie, I did refer to it as a Nigerian scam. I described it that way because I think some people watching might look at it as xenophobic for me to describe it that way. And the reason why I'm describing it this way is because, if true, this sets the African community back so much. And it's so unfair. It's so wrong because this type of stereotype, it's not true for so many. And they're looking at what's happened with Dr. Wendy, if true, and it's like, you have set us back. And I think it's fair to call it a Nigerian scam if true.
hi, Nigeria
Absolutely.
and Africa. One's a continent, one's a country, so I'm a little confused on that one.
Yeah, the community. Well,
Africa's
setting
a
back the
continent, Nigeria
community.
is one country. So that's a little
Setting back the
confusing.
community. Absolutely.
I think that's absolutely insane because then we can say that about every white person who's been caught with fraud in the United States of America. So, and I'm going to go back to the Chrisleys, who are Christian and God fearing people on our television that fully did this millions of dollars to people. So then every American's a horrible person because they did it. No, I don't agree with that statement at all. But
No, it's not
that's my
you.
opinion.
I don't know how you could not agree. It's like Dr.
Well, I'm telling you
Wendy
how I
is
could not agree. I don't believe the actions of one person divides an entire country. I think that's insane.
it sets back the community because Dr. Wendy is in the public in a large way on a massive TV show. And I do not know of very many Nigerian scandals as far as fraud. I'm not aware of so many, but you seeing Dr. Wendy bring it to us if true. And I think that sets the community back. And it's so unfair because you're trying to make sure that we're, moving forward away from the stereotype. Dr. Wendy, if true, brings us back to the stereotype. That is what sets.
I didn't know you were Nigerian.
I'm not Nigerian.
I will add to what Mitch is saying. I have seen, and I'm not agreeing with Mitch, but I have seen many people say that this is a Nigerian scam. I've seen
Funky
that on
Dineva,
social
he's one of
media.
them.
Listen, I've seen it. Okay, so all I'm saying is that we just gotta look for the vanilla wafers in the pudding with this, and just wait for November 7th on what happens.
Kierana is bringing up that Dr. Wendy only wants to be TV friends. Now, Izzy, did Kierana overreact in her confrontation with Dr. Wendy?
No, and what was crazy is Wendy was the one that introduced Kay to the group. I don't know how to pronounce her name, but yes, Wendy was the one that introduced her to the group. And I haven't seen that kind of chemistry when they filmed together. So I kind of believe it. It's kind of some of the relationships I have with some of the bros here on the show. But
What the hell does that mean?
What?
Wake it up.
What does that
Check the
mean?
Mama,
table.
you just came back 2 minutes. You've been gone a year. What are you talking about?
Oh, damn.
I just.
Izzy, elaborate for us. What does that mean?
No, nothing. I said what I said.
Well, say
Now
what? Who'd you mean it to?
you can't just drop a bomb like that, baby.
Because
Yeah,
that
you
was a
can't drop a
shade
bomb like that and leave the room.
bomb.
Like, you have to add more explanation to what you're saying.
Because if I'm gonna get red, I want to know why I'm getting red, honey. I'll take the
I
lids.
guess
Y'all know I'll
just
take the
I
lids.
guess just stay tuned. Just stay tuned.
Stay
No, I'm just
tuned.
kidding. No, we're good. We're good.
Oh.
Well, then, if we're good, then I don't know why you would say that comment.
Izzy,
Okay.
you know how bro chat goes. Anything you do or say can be used or held against you in the court of law.
Well,
Yeah.
that, and we're gonna ask you about it. So, like, if you're gonna go there, go all the way there. Don't. What's it called? What did Victor say in loving memory of
Don't
Victor?
just put the tip
Don't
in.
pussy pop from it. Don't
Ew.
backpedal. What? Okay, we'll put a comment on that. But
Okay.
Oh my
Damien,
god.
Damien, Damien, do you think that Kierana overreacted in her conversation with Dr. Wendy, talking about their friendship?
The only part that the Kiana versus Lindy that I felt justified. What she said was when she brought up Wendy saying, "Oh, did you do your own makeup?" I was like, okay, that was a little bit of shade, so
That
I
was
could understand the
crazy.
frustration
Yeah.
there. In Kiana's defense, a little bit, I wonder, are there things maybe that we are not seeing that is making her feel this way? Because and even if that was the case, I wish she would say that, because what it looks like to a viewer is that she's trying to, keep her job, stay in, because I'm sure being on reality TV, doing Housewives comes with a lot of pressure. I got to do something. I got to perform. I got to
She
make
talked
something
about it
pop.
last reunion.
Yeah, so, and I really think that's what's going on here with Kiana. I hope not. Again, I want to give her the benefit of the doubt, because what Wendy said about the makeup was shade. I mean, any woman's going to say that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my opinion.
Eric,
I agree. I think that she's trying to keep her job because she even said it last reunion. She was like, "It was a lot of pressure going from friends to housewife. That's why my man was so mad at me and treated me like crap the whole season. Like it was just I can't." It's so she's not going to show her man. So now she need to find someone to fight with. So she chose Dr. Wendy and she chose Stacey because I couldn't for the life of me. I can't sit there and wonder why someone would care if someone else had a boyfriend and if they paid him or not. I could not care less about someone else's house.
Thank
Like
you.
I would not care enough about that for you to make that an entire storyline to fight on it, and then to fight with Dr. Wendy and say you didn't say hi to me from when she was giving a speech. It was just very. It felt set up because they had seen each other before that event, and she was like, "I'm gonna choose now to do it." It just felt like they looked at her and said, "Girl, get it together. Get it together." And she tried to get it
But
together, but did it come together? We'll see.
but also, it's like this new version of Kay. I mean, I think that she is a gorgeous woman. But the thing
She's so
is
stunning.
like,
Yeah.
yes, but from the start of the episode, it's like there was already a problem. Okay,
Yes,
and
yes,
one
yes.
one thing
Agreed.
I will say is that whenever Kay did this in front of Stacey, in front of her face, I thought that was so wrong. Like invasion of privacy. Like
They're
And it
invasion
playing
of
was
with
privacy.
weird.
Stacey.
It just felt
Like
so
it was just like
weird.
hello, hello. Like do you see me now? Okay,
Girl.
like what? I don't know
It's
that
like you're
Provoking.
jealous
Kiara.
because they're talking about Stacey and not you.
I don't know that
Provoking.
Tiara was greasing her wig, okay, but it's just like, girl, like just settle down, okay. Take a notch. This is your first event and stuff like that for the season, so it's just like, be easy.
Yeah.
Take a breath and just see what the good Lord wants to put conflict on you.
for me, I'm with Kiara on this only because Dr. Wendy introduced Kay to the group, to the show. And if you look really closely at Kiara's first season when we met her, she became a favorite very quickly. People loved Kay. Kay needs a flu, all these different things. And I think that you saw Dr. Wendy, along with a few others, really I'm on top of the K train and
But
really
to argue
befriend
with
her.
that though,
And
a lot of
really
girls come on as
and
friends of, and they're not really friends. They choose a cast
Yeah.
member to bring them on. That
I know,
happens
but
all through all the franchise. So I don't really buy sometimes of like, this is my friend. Because if you look at OC, Gina brought on Katie, and she dropped that girl in 2.3 seconds. Like they said, go.
But for Dr. Wendy to claim Kierana as a friend, but not be a friend, I think Kay
That's her job.
is justified to say, hold up, there's some fishy things that are going on off camera, and I feel like you're just being a TV friend to me. Let's talk about it. Let's address it. Let me talk to you directly about it. And I love that Kay is speaking up about how she feels. She's my kind of girl. Like, that is how I am. I'm going to tell you how I feel, whether you hate me afterwards or whatever it is. Hopefully we can resolve conflict. I think that friendships get closer once you resolve conflict together. So hopefully we see Dr. Wendy and Kay resolve this together. Because listen, the bros, we've had conflict as a 4, as a 5. We've had conflict as a group. And we get closer when we resolve it together. At least I think so.
And here's the thing.
Ooh,
I
not
mean,
the silence.
I think there was going to be some conflict with what Izzy's comment was, and
Wait, what? What happened?
and Eric wanted to know. So I thought there was going to be some conflict, but
Wait,
it's
wait,
interesting to see
Izzy?
with what
Well,
Izzy
that won't be
said.
none.
He's saying he thought there was going to be some conflict based off of what Izzy said.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about that really quickly before we go home. But Lawton, I feel like I've been
I'm over it.
Lawton, I feel like not Lawton, but Izzy, I feel like I've been very good to you. We've had a good relationship. We made up. I apologized to you a few weeks ago on Bro Chat. People can watch it on a previous Bro Chat. I apologized to you very sincerely. And were you talking about me?
No, I was not talking about you. I was talking about anybody.
Okay, so I'm eliminated from the shade. So that means that the shade was either about Damien, Lawton, or Eric.
Let me take my earrings out.
I was not talking about any of the other.
Oh,
I was
boy.
talking about anyone on this panel.
Izzy, it's okay. You can be mad at me for disagreeing with you. I'm okay with it. It don't hurt my feelings.
Eric, no, we're good.
I know we're good. I got no problems.
So Izzy, you weren't talking about
I
anyone
was
that
just saying that, okay. My experience on the show, when I was on the show for nearly 2 years, the only time I'd hear communication from certain individuals would be when we're on camera before we press record or after we press record and we're waiting for the videos to upload. That's the experience I've had. I don't have a
That's
relationship, with some of you, but it's great texting. It's great texting. But I agree with you that Kay.
You don't have that relationship with me,
what?
right?
What?
You don't have that relationship with me, right?
No, because
I don't know. You tell me.
No, you tell me. You said that you have a relationship with the group, Bro Chat co-hosts, us, the bros, that sometimes people only talk once it's time to record Bro Chat. That's the only time people talk. Are you talking about me? Am I included in that?
No, I said no.
Okay, that's what I need the answers to the questions. These are fair questions. So that means you are talking about Damien, Lawton, and Eric.
Oh, God. Stop it. Stop it.
One of the three.
But
I don't talk to nobody outside.
hello, clock it, Eric. I was going to say, I will
Damien, you love
I ain't apologizing.
Damien, you love
Eric
talking.
clocked out.
Hey, look, this is something I feel very passionate about, okay? I love all y'all so much, but when we get off of here, I value every little bit of free time that I have, I'm not trying to say, we all have
I got
jobs,
a man,
right?
I got a life,
You've
I
got
got
a
shit to do.
husband. I work 14-hour days sometimes.
Thank
We all
you. Preach
work.
on it.
But my own friends will tell y'all. If you ask my own great real life great friends, they'll say Damien is not a talker on the phone.
Thank
On the phone
you.
with you all day. It just ain't. That's why I enjoy this time that we have together on screen because I know I don't get to talk to y'all a lot. And my thing is, I hope no one ever takes it personal. Like I just don't want to talk to you because that's not what it is.
But Damien, when you do
And to
have time,
piggyback off my
you
girls,
make
that's how I feel.
time. You do. You do.
I
When
really
you have
tried.
time.
I mean, I really tried to. But then again, there's a lot of us. You know what I mean? So to have so many like separate interpersonal conversations, it is difficult because then you text back and you get busy, or you get on the phone. You're on the phone for 2 hours. For it, times you're like, shit, I gotta go. You know what I mean? I do see where he's coming from at the same time. Like a lot of us
Yeah,
do just talk up here, but that's enough for me.
Yeah,
I agree with
Yeah.
Damien.
yeah. I'm just saying, Izzy wasn't talking about me. He was talking about y'all. But
Girl, he was
eh,
talking about you. Get over it. Eat the pill. Take it up. You know what I'm saying? I'll say it fucking.
Hey,
He was talking about you.
no, he
He
wasn't.
was talking. I said it for you, girl. I got
I
you, Izzy. He was talking about you. What you gonna do?
Woo.
I will say
like
though, several people from the Bro Search, I guess the group that we were with,
Y'all keep
had
remembering
reached.
this bro search, and I don't remember a thing. I don't remember a
Yeah,
I
lick.
know,
I
right? You always
remember
tell
Izzy
seeing
us
knows.
that.
Damien. That's about it.
that three
But
I
years
know.
ago.
But after
Yeah.
you shared that video that I came back as a guest co-host, it was crazy the amount of people who I haven't spoken to since I left the show reached out.
Nice.
You better call it out, Izzy. You better let him know, Izzy. Let him know, girl.
Just interesting.
well,
It's not like I have an influence to bring people back onto the show.
Oh,
but
he said
here's the
she's
thing is that
influential. She's an
the Izzy
influencer.
the Izzy, I will add this, is that the reason why you got so much support is because you have left a legacy, okay, on Bro Chat. And this is
You
me
preaching at
coming
the church
from
on today, mama.
a viewer to now a co-host, okay? So it's just like I'm gonna give credit where credit is given, and I think like whenever we started Bro Search together, it was really nice to create a friendship, and even though we don't talk a lot, I mean we're grown men, we all get busy, we all have jobs, we all have our personal lives, okay? But I just think that for one case is that Izzy, I think that you have been a great friend to me, and I'm so excited that I've created this friendship with you, because of this platform that Mitch created. Okay, like I
Right.
said, he's the Barbara
You.
Walters of this platform. Okay,
uh,
and I'm so excited to also, get to know Eric and Damien. And even though we don't talk a lot, it's just nice the times that we text, because I think it's all
Yeah.
like comedic and everything like that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because that's my biggest
Absolutely.
issue is that I speak like a drag queen. I speak with shade. That's how I grew up in this world. I was a drag queen for many years. I speak with shade. I speak like kakaraka. But that's just out of love. If I don't
Right.
like you, I don't say nothing to you.
Right.
That's on God. On God.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, everyone looking in, make sure that you like this video and let us know who do you think won the Bro Chat debate today. The bros will be
Ooh!
back. The bros will be back. We'll see you again next time.
She said
Bye.
gladiators.
Bye.